every single thing you want to achieve in life, whether a jacked body, a lot of money, or being successful anywhere else, comes down to one thing and one thing only: being productive in your daily life. Now, when you heard the word productive, you most probably started thinking, okay, another video telling you to wake up at 5 a.m., eat good food, sleep 8 hours, minimize your social media use, blah, blah, blah. Well, trust me, it's not. While all of these things are healthy to do, they won't necessarily make you productive. And that's the biggest illusion procrastinators fail to see through. You don't need to work 18 hours a day and eat vegetables to be successful. You can do it just as you're living your life. This guy runs 6 of the biggest companies on the planet and still tweets about 29 times per day, half of which are memes, by the way, plays video games, appears in YouTube videos, and attends parties. How does he do that? Well, it's quite simple. All of it comes down to 5 simple mind tricks. Trick number 1, deep work. Have you ever realized that the time it takes to complete a task is often much shorter than expected? Oftentimes, when you sit down and actually do the task at hand, it takes a quarter of the amount of time that your brain thought it would take. Why does that happen? You most certainly don't turn into an intellectual genius when working. You just do your task with your regular brain, and it magically happens a lot faster. Well, that's the power of deep work. You see, if you need some work done that might take 8 hours, you can do it in one of 2 ways. You can either turn on the music, set up the mood, get some snacks, get your coffee ready, maybe check your phone a couple of times, or watch a YouTube video to get motivated and get it done in 8 hours. Or you can do deep work without doing any of those things and actually get the task done in a significantly less amount of time. Deep work basically means training your brain to work deeply and efficiently to produce high-quality results in less time. And here's the most interesting part. When you do it in 4 hours, your brain will enjoy completing a task, and it will push you to do other things. Complete other tasks that will make it feel more good. It's sort of a cycle of productivity, where you complete a task without any distractions to feel good about yourself, and in return, your brain pushes you to do other things so you can feel more good about yourself. And this goes on. This approach to productivity tells us that being productive doesn't mean endless work. It means getting things done. It's about maximizing the quality of focused work, not working for more hours mindlessly. You can be working 18 hours a day and still be doing less work than a dude who is doing deep work 4 hours a day. So the next time you want to do something, just do it with sheer focus and minimum distractions, and you'll see the magic. Trick number 2, choose your fucks wisely. This one comes from the book named The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It basically states that every person has a very limited number of fucks to give in his daily life. And the average procrastinator makes the same mistake of choosing the wrong things to give a fuck about. Yes, that's right. Most people, including you, given that you're watching this video, waste their precious energy worrying about things that don't matter. What someone said about you, how many likes your Instagram post got, or whether your coworker looked at you weirdly in the meeting? Guess what? None of that matters, not even a little. The truth is, your fucks are finite. If you try to care about everything, you'll end up caring about nothing, at least nothing meaningful. The key is to focus your attention on things that actually move the needle in your life. Giving your attention to the actual work that takes you closer to your goal is much, much more important than spending time choosing what to wear. That's why Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs chose to get rid of their wardrobes and wear these plain shirts all the time. Now, I'm not saying you should do the same. For you, it might be an overkill. They only looked cool doing it because of their bank account. But if you can minimize the noise of your life and focus that energy on doing more important tasks, you'll be more productive than ever. Imagine Elon Musk sitting around, stressing about what some random Twitter troll said about his haircut. That's ridiculous, right? Because instead of worrying about trivial nonsense, he's busy sending rockets to Mars and reinventing transportation on Earth. He doesn't waste his energy on petty distractions. He chooses his fucks wisely. So here's the lesson. Stop giving a fuck about the noise in your life. You can't control everything, and you don't need to. Reserve your energy for things that matter to you. Your work, your relationships, your growth. When you stop sweating the small stuff, you'll find more time and focus to crush the big stuff. And if something truly doesn't matter in the long run, let it go. Just like Musk probably doesn't care about your opinion on his meme game. Trick number 3, Eat that frog. Now, I'm not about to suggest adding actual frogs to your breakfast menu. This trick is an actual game changer for procrastinators. Notice how we almost always keep the most difficult task of the day for the end? What happens is we end up doing simple tasks with more brain energy. And when we start slowing down, we no longer feel the urge to do the difficult thing. Being the serial chillers we are, we put it on tomorrow's to-do list to solve falling into this trap. The idea is simple. Your frog is the hardest, most important task on your to-do list of the day. It's the one thing you're most likely to avoid, but that will make the biggest impact on your life or work. The trick? Eat the frog first thing in the morning. Get it out of the way before you do anything else. Here's why it works. When you tackle the toughest task first, you set the tone for the rest of the day. You feel accomplished, energized, and ready to take on whatever comes next. But if you put it off, it just sits there staring at you, making everything else harder. Think about it. Ever had a day where you avoided a big task, only to realize that all the small tasks you did instead didn't actually move the needle? That's because those smaller tasks are your brain's way of tricking you into feeling busy without being productive. So the next time you're staring at your to-do list, find your frog. Highlight it, circle it, whatever you need to do to remind yourself. This is the one thing that matters most today. Then, before you check your phone or open YouTube, just do it. Remember, frogs don't get tastier with time. The sooner you eat them, the better you'll feel. Trick number 4. Domino habits. Say you start exercising for 20 minutes every day, not to get ripped, but just to move your body. What happens? Suddenly you're sleeping better, eating better, showing up to work sharper, and maybe even feeling bold enough to ask for that promotion. All of that from a measly 20-minute workout. It's like a cheat code. Domino habits create a domino effect of productivity that affects everything in your life. Knock one over and suddenly other parts of your life start falling into place without you even trying. Make your bed? Boom, you feel like a grown-up. Feeling like a grown-up? You stop scrolling TikTok for hours and actually get some work done. It all becomes a tapestry of productivity. The trick is to find your domino habit. Maybe it's journaling every morning to clear your head. Maybe it's planning your day for 5 minutes so you don't end up staring blankly at your screen all afternoon. It can be as simple as playing a chess match in the morning. Whatever it is, keep it simple but consistent. Because once you lock in a domino habit, the rest of your life surrounds itself with that habit. It's magically unfair if you think about it. Someone getting a promotion over you just because they play a bit of chess in the morning. But yeah, that's how it works. And you can use this unfair advantage to benefit yourself. Trick number 5. Never forget yourself. While all of these tricks are useful, they will never really work unless you keep this one in mind. This gem comes from Chris Bailey, a writer who spent an entire year experimenting with every productivity hack you can imagine. His big takeaway: productivity isn't just about time management, it's also about how you channel your energy into things and don't forget yourself in the bigger picture. What it means, in simple words, is you don't need to be 100% another person to be a successful person. If Tim Cook, the guy who made Apple more awesome, can wake up at 4 a.m. and do the most important things of the day, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the same. Every person on Earth is different. You have a different story, different habits, different red blood cells. So the key is to find hacks and tricks that work the best for you. If you're at your peak energy at 1 a.m., design your life to do work at that part of the day. And we both know you're not waking up at 4 a.m. if that happens. Think about it. You can have 8 working hours in your day, but if your energy levels are in the gutter, how much of that time will actually be productive? Probably not much. Bailey's solution? Be intentional about where your energy goes. Stop treating all hours of the day the same. Some of us are morning people. Others thrive late at night. Some of us work well on a full belly. Others become a genius with an empty one. Some of us need breaks when working. Others can work 14 hours straight. So identify your peak energy periods. Find out how you work the best, the times when you feel most alert and focused, and use those for your hardest, most important tasks. Save the low energy periods for less demanding stuff, like replying to emails or watching my YouTube videos. So there you have it, folks. Just by using these 5 simple mind tricks, you can be productive without doing any unrealistic top G motivation stuff. Start small. Practice deep work for just an hour a day. Choose what deserves your attention and let go of the rest. Eat that frog. And most important of all, do not forget yourself when doing all of this. Because the truth is, productivity isn't a talent, it's a choice. A choice to prioritize, to focus, and to take control of your time. And once you make that choice, you'll realize that being productive is easy, actually.